Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making banana loaf in the air fryer. This is actually a vegan one because it has no eggs in it, only vegetable stuff. And of course bananas, so please make sure you stay tuned. So this is a super simple recipe. What we're going to need is 3 large overripe bananas, but I actually have 4 bananas. They've been like knocking about. I've put them in the fridge as well. But I think it's time for them to go into the banana loaf. So 3 large bananas or 4 smaller ones, 75 milliliter of vegetable oil. I'm just going to be using this one, and 100 grams of brown sugar. It wasn't really specific about what type of brown sugar, but I'm going to be using the dark brown soft sugar, but I guess you can use a lighter brown sugar as well. So we're going to need 100 grams of this, and also 225 grams of plain flour, which is going to be this. You can also use self-raising flour, but if you self-raising, you will have to reduce the baking powder to 2 heaped teaspoons. So obviously, because the self-raising would have a little bit of rising agent in there, but I'm going to be using this plain flour, 225 grams, and then 3 heaped teaspoon of baking powder. So as I said, if you're self-raising, then you reduce it to 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Where's my ground cinnamon? Here we go. So 3 teaspoons of this, and also you can add about 50 grams of any kind of dry fruit to the mixture if you like your banana loaf a little bit fruity, but I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. So what I'm going to do, because I haven't actually got my little lever set up, that I won't be able to kind of show you what I'm doing, but I will tell you what I'm going to be doing. So first of all, I'm going to be measuring everything out, and after I measured it out, I'm going to be mixing first of all the wet ingredients. So I'm going to be mixing the bananas. I'll mash up the bananas. So I'm going to be mixing the bananas with the vegetable oil. See, that's been all measured out, and a brown sugar. So I do the wet ingredients, and then I'll do the dry ingredients as well, and I can just mix them together, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to pop it all in the air fryer. So I got all my wet ingredients in there. So I've got the mashed up bananas, brown sugar, and the oil, and the dry ingredients would be some cinnamon, baking powder, and plain flour. For this recipe, you don't have to sift through the flour at all. It didn't even say you have to separate the wet and the dry, but I just find it easier, because what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be mixing the wet ingredients together, I'm going to be mixing the dry ingredients together, and I'm going to be combining everything together. What we're also going to need a dish that would fit into your air fryer. If you don't have a silicone dish, let's say you've got glass, then you will need to line it with some parchment paper. Otherwise, it will get stuck to it. You need to really be able to lift it out of the air fryer. So what I tend to do, I use this silicone, quite rigid, and we need to line it. So I'm just going to be using this as well. This is going to be quite nice, because when it's done, I just lift it all out together. I wouldn't recommend you putting the banana loaf right into the silicone liner. There are 2 reasons why I wouldn't. First of all, I think it would get stuck, so it would be a nightmare for you to kind of tip it over. You may get lucky and you might be able to tip it out, but it would be really difficult. And also, if you use the silicone liner for anything other than baking cakes, if you use it for curry, if you use it for roast meat, the silicone would carry the smell of the foods. So I would be very cautious about using anything that's been used by meat, or there is a smell to it, if you know what I mean. It's okay to use it like this, because if you are protected, it will be easy to lift it out with this, and also it will protect your loaf from any kind of smell transferring into the cake. So let me just mix everything together. I'm going to pop it in here. I'm going to be using my Ninja air fryer, and I'm not actually going to be preheating this at all. So everything's been mixed together. I just want to show you the consistency. So it has to be a little bit sticky. When you start mixing everything together, don't be alarmed because it may feel like it's going to be dry, but just keep mixing it, because if you measured everything out properly, then it will be just fine. I don't know what happened here, but the sound got totally corrupted for this bit. So I'm just going to do a quick voiceover for you. So I just poured the cake mixture in there, and I'm kind of trying to flatten everything, because what we don't want a pile of mixture in the middle, otherwise the middle bit won't cook. So just flattening it until it's all kind of even. Make sure that the cake mix is going to go up to the edges. Alright, so I've had some technical difficulty with the microphone and the recording. So what I recorded, but it was extremely slowed down. There was corruption with the sound. I'm just going to tell you what I did. So I put the air fryer on. It wasn't preheated at all, and I put it on bake. Okay, so we are on the first drawer, and put it on bake, which is 160 centigrade, and I put it up to 20 minutes, right? So if your air fryer doesn't have a bake setting, you don't have a Ninja, don't worry, just put it on 160 for 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes, then we have to kind of take a peek and then put it on for another 20 minutes. So what happened, I already done this and recorded it, but because it corrupted badly, so this is kind of the second bit now. Okay, so the banana loaf has been in the air fryer on 160, so on a bake setting for 20 minutes. So we already done 20 minutes, but as I said, it got corrupted. I'm still going to go ahead with this video. It's just one of those things we can plan, but sometimes things happen. So I do apologize for the audio, because I haven't got my mic in, because I'm not sure if it's the microphone that's got corrupted or something that I pressed. Anyway, so we already had the loaf in on 160 for 20 minutes. Let's have a look. So you see it's really nice, nicely brown. So we pressed it down, initially popped it in. I actually have the Ninja little rack underneath the crisper plate, so the cake is not actually sitting on the bottom, it's slightly elevated. So let's pretend that, you know, we've had the discussion before. So because it's been in the air fryer for 20 minutes, I have to put it back for another 20 minutes. I'm going to put a little, I'm going to try to get a fork and just press it down, but I know it's not going to be done because it's only been there in the air fryer for 20 minutes, and the recipe says it has to be baking for 40. Alright, so it's risen quite nicely, but can you still, the fork is still sticky. So it's definitely not done. So what I'm going to do, put it on 160. I kind of preset it already. Baking, or if you don't have a baking section on your air fryer, just 160, and put it on for another 20 minutes. So we are actually starting the second lot of 20 minutes now. We are going up to 40, but I will keep a close eye on it. I will probably open it up in about 10 minutes, and I'll have a look and see how it's coming along. Alright, I did get a little bit sidetracked, so it's actually been 13 minutes, and I was gonna have a look now. Just ignore the other side and the numbers, because I actually got some fish cooking on the right side. So I'm just gonna open this up. So we still got 7 minutes to go. I think it's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna pop it back, let it finish its cycle, and then I'm gonna be using a fork or a skewer stick. I don't know if I'm gonna find one, but I will just check how it's coming along and how much longer if I need to pop it back a little bit more. The banana loaf should be done now, 40 minutes. It was 40 minutes on 160. Let's have a look. Looking really good. So I've got my little wooden skewer thing. I can't feel any resistance at all. It's actually going in quite nicely. And I can't see any stickiness either. It's a big hole in there. So you see, I can't actually see anything on there. So I'm going to be taking this out because I think if I did put it back a little bit more, it would definitely get burned. So yes, I think it's done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift everything out and I'm going to show you how easily it's going to come out of the drawer. So I just pull the silicone out of the drawer and I'm just going to be lifting it out. But I will have to put the phone down because I won't be able to do it with one hand, but it will be nice and easy, no mess. It was so nice and easy, just pull it out, like literally, can you see how nice and clean the silicone liner is? So this is all done. So I'm going to pull it down just a little bit, just poke it on the side. It doesn't feel dried out at all. The top is quite firm, so now it's just a waiting game because we have to wait until it totally cools down. My daughter can't wait to tuck in. I can't wait to tuck in. Not too long now, please. So I cut the banana bread and Ella just literally grabbed a piece out of it. So I just wanted to show you the consistency. It's nice and moist. And you can see it's totally cooked through. And I'm going to be keeping it in an airtight container. Hello. So I'm going to be keeping this in an airtight container. Ella, stop it, please. Well, if it's going to last that long. And apparently, according to the recipe, tomorrow and the day after, it may become nice and gooey. So we can't wait to tuck in. Definitely, Ella is like a little piglet next to me. So I'm really pleased with this. Oh, and of course, just had a taste test. And it tastes absolutely amazing. Just the right sweetness. I hope you enjoyed the video today and you will give it a go. Again, I'm really sorry about the audio and the technical difficulty. It's just one of those things, you know, when you start recording a video, then things do happen, right? So please let me know in the comment if you try this recipe. As I said, it didn't have any eggs in it and I think it was just perfect. So thank you very much for coming back today if you're an existing viewer, and thank you very much for finding me if you're a new viewer. Please don't forget to check out one of my recipes. I actually made it for Christmas. It's the banoffee pie. It's a new baked banoffee pie and it's so nice and simple. So have a lovely day, everybody. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye for now.